Hello everyone, this is Yalam. This session is to give you some introduction about RStudio and common expressions. So this session will cover about overview of RStudio by giving some information about the common interface of RStudio. And if you are new for R, you need to just tell R where your file will be saved and how that file will be organized, which means setting a project and setting working directory. Then we'll cover about the basic expression and variable assignment. R has some data structure and data type, so we'll cover that as well. And there is a set of functions in R, which we call it package. So we will see how package will be installed for use and how we can just seek help when we need. So if you are just installing R for the first time, R will give you three interface, which is the console, the environment, and we call it the output. So the console pane is the pane that you will see while your result is print out, and as well as you can write a command line. There is terminal. This terminal is the menu that you will just tell R, please get someone's code from GitHub. So GitHub is a repository that direct experts write their code, save their code, there save some data, and even for project collaboration. But you can just get someone's code and work on that. So that is where you're gonna to type in command line. So in this environment is the interface that you can see your active file. So if you are working in R and assign a variable or import the data, all will be saved here. And R is smart. If you are working in R for a while and uh, just quitting that for some urgent issue and get back, you can get all the history here in the history one. The third one that you'll get on the top, in the bottom right side is the output interface that has file, plot, package, help, viewer, and presentation. So file is where your file is saved, and plot is if you are working some plotting and produce that, you can see that plot here. So package is where in this section that you can explore which package is installed and which package is available for installation. If the package is installed, like for example, R has a built-in package like some uh, base, so you can just like type base some. So this tick sign is telling us you like this package is already installed, and there are some interface that you can get help. So you can just type here, I need about some. So if you just tell me about some, it will just give you some help about some function. So once you have a word about the interface in RStudio, the fourth interface is the source, where you can write and save your scripts. So here, uh, the source you can get from file menu. There are different sources. There are Quarto, Markdown, Notebook that will allow you to just produce a shareable document, reproduce shareable like manuscript and report. But as a beginner, I will just suggest to start with RScript. So this is the RScript. Once you have that, um, you will just write and save the script. But before you go that, I will just suggest you to set up a project and setting working directory. What's project mean? So project is a self-contained environment that will help you to organize your work and maintaining reproducibility, as well as just simplifying collaboration. Once you have a folder with a set of script and dataset, you can share for your collaborator. So how are we gonna to set up this project? It's easy. You go to File and go to New Project. So if you go to New Project, it will give you three options. That's New Project and the version control. So I will suggest to use the New Project and just follow the path. So I will put in the bottom of this YouTube my guide how you're gonna to follow and install that. Once you set up the project, tell R where your file, your project will be saved. That is setting working directory. So why you are setting your working directories is just to make your life easy. Just to tell R where to look for file and where to save that outputs. So how we going to set working directory? We can set working directory as a menu-driven way. Go session, then setting working directory. Just tell R choose working directory. So if you choose, then this is where your project saved. For my case, my project is R tutorial, so it's saved here. I will choose this one, then done. That is, you will set working directory. Otherwise, you can set your working directory by command line using the path where you saved your file, and use set working directory function and tell your file location. So R will set your working directory in the command line. But how to check whether your working directory is in the right path or not? If you write getwood function and enter, R will tell you where you saved your project. Okay, hope you have set up the project and working directory. I will go to the next step, which is the basic common expression, which is coding in console as well as coding in the source file. So console can write a command line, which is 2 plus 2, 4, or I can just assign name, which is Mr. X. So I just tell R assign X as Mr. X. Then if I want to know what his name mean, is I should write name and click enter. It will give me name is Mr. X, or you can print you can use print function like print name and this is Mr. X. So console can help to write a command line as well as print out the result, but I will suggest to use script to write or commands. So we can use R as a calculator, 1 plus 1 and 3 square root of 2. So square root of 2, you can use this sign as well as double asterisk. And if you see this operator is telling R, give me the remaining. So if you use 14 divided by 2, there is no remaining, it will be 0. But if you are using like 15 divided by 2, the remaining is 1. So this is just telling you the remaining while you are dividing some number with some number. So this is the division, and the asterisk sign is multiplication. So you will be wondering while you see this the number sign. So this number sign is for R, just commenting your function. So I will suggest to, while you are writing some advanced and complex code, and if you will share that for your collaborator or your project manager, I think your collaborator should easily understand your script. So that's the purpose of commenting your script. So R, if you just put this this number sign, and just write your script, R will ignore anything after that. All right. The other one is, while you are doing arithmetic function, you need to consider the order of operations. So R will consider the order of operation from parentheses to minus in order. So if you run this, R will execute first the parentheses and then the exponent multiplication division. So it's good to explore by yourself and confirm that. So R is also a scientific calculator. If I tell R, give me the logarithm of 1, it's 0. Give me the base 10 of logarithm and give me the exponent of 0.05. So it's good to explore the scientific use of R. R also, you can also assign a variable while you are just working in number. So this is the way you will assign, which means I'm telling R, assign the number from 4 to 100 and number 10 by giving the name X. So if you see this left arrow operator, that's telling R assigning a variable, which is declaring anything after this. Before the left arrow is a variable and after the left arrow is a value. So if I am running X, I can see the X is loaded in the environment, which means a active working file is here. Then if I just execute this, I can see the value from 4 to 100 and next is 10. So to print out your result in R, you can retype the variable and press Ctrl plus Enter, as well as put the cursor in front of the line and just press run this. There is source here. If you click source, it will execute all at once. So R also use some summary statistics, which is mean of X, median of X, and standard deviation of X. It's good to explore other base functions. So R is also text friendly, which means if I just say print hello world, R will print hello world, which is this hello world is not assigned as a variable, but I'm just typing as it is. But if I assign as a variable, so this is a text file, which is I'm telling R, give the name, give the value hello for the variable greetings. So this is how you're gonna to assign a variable, which means a single variable with a single value. So if I execute this, the printout I will get is hello everyone. So which means you can be aware like there is paste here. Paste is like combining the two variables here. So there is paste and paste 0, which means paste 0 is combine these two variables, but don't leave the space between them. So if I click this one with message to the difference hello everyone. So after hello, there is no space for paste 0. Another function is replication. So I'm telling R, please print out hello 10 times using the function replication. If I click this, R will print out hello 10 times. There is also logical operations in R that we can use for comparison. Assume you are working in a laboratory data that has a test and confirmed number. So, and if you want to check whether confirmed numbers are less than test number, you'll check using the logical operator, but the value we will get is a logic yes or no, which means true and false. So if I execute test and confirm it is less than test, so the value is true. And R also assign a variable as the number. Then if I ask a variable is even, considering X by remainder 2 is 0, which means if I divided X by 2, is the remainder even number? That's the question. So x divided by 2, the remainder is equal to 0. How can I check? If I check this, if I print out this, x is 42 divided by 2 is 21. So there is no remaining. Yes, it's true. So if I print out even here, if I print out even here, it should be true. So 0, the value 0 is even. So follow this principle and check this line 138 and 39. So the other thing that we need to consider is like we can assign a variable and print out that variable in the meaningful way. So if I execute this thing in one, we'll see the result. So I'm just giving you the COVID case scenario in 3 countries, India, US, and Brazil, and just checking that which number is less than from which country, and if the result is printout is giving some sense. So I assign this value and comparing in text one. So use more cases is a variable. Comparing US case is greater than India case and US case is greater than Brazil case. So if you see and, so any argument before and any argument after and should be true to get a true. So if I just click this and print out US more cases, it's true. So let's check. US case is greater than Indian case, yes. And US case is greater than Brazil case, yes. So we got the answer true. How can I just print that using the if else function? So I got if US more case, print US has the highest number of cases. Yes. Else, use India. If the US is not greater than, use India. Otherwise, use Brazil one. So if I just execute this scenario, from all this scenario, yes, US has more cases. So US has the highest number of confirmed cases. So I tell him, please print out if US has more cases. So I will let to explore the rest for you and check and play around how we use to print out the text function using if else condition. So once we see how we set up project, how we just set up setting working directory, and how R is used for arithmetic operation, we'll go to variable assignment. So it's just declaring a variable has a value. So what are the rules we are using where we are declaring a variable, and how can we assign variable? So as a rule, variable can't start with number and as well as some symbols, but variable can contain number, dot sign, and underscore. And we can assign a character, a number, a logic as a variable. Here in this example, I'm assigning character. Character is a text file in R. I'm assigning a variable name with a value yellow. I'm assigning assessment variable with malaria. So if you execute all this thing, you can see this is saved in the environment. Well, using this variable, I want to combine and generate a message. So print message. So the message will say Yalam's result is TF positive. So you can assign character as a variable, and also you can assign character number as a variable. So here I'm assigning a test variable and if I display test, if I need to print out test is 420. And also R can assign a ratio. So if I divided test number by positive number by test, I will get a digit. So number with digit we call in R is float. So if you want to multiply that number and round by 3, the result will be 67.6. But if I just print out only test positive here without rounding, I found a digit 0.67. I tell R, please round this first, which means if you remember the operator rule, R will work first from the bracket. So round this by 3 digits and multiply by 100 and give me the percentage. If I just only execute this one without multiplication, I will get 0.67, 676 because I told her, please give me 3 digits. If I multiply this by 100, I will get 67.6. So for your information, this is how you get help while you are seeking help for function. So we'll explore that later. All right. So we assign number and character as a variable. We can also assign date as a variable. So R has a function name called system date. It will give you the date, time, and year. So I just assign today and just print for me today's. So today is the day, which is 24/05/2024. Or you can assign just R, give me date with time, which is a function date. So if you just print this one, which is date and time, you will get Friday, May 24, the actual minute and time where I am living. So this is how you'll assign a variable. Let me give you some insight about the data type in R. So R has different data type, which is numeric, character, logic, and integer. So numeric is like a number, and numeric can be a double and can be a number as it is. So if you just print this one, print number is 42. But if I check what is the type of data, R is telling me it is double. All right. R also has a character data type, which is text. If I just print this and ask the type of data what I have for the type of data I have using the function type of, for character, it will give me the data type I have is character. And R also have a logic data type, which is log, print log. And if I take the type of function and save log, just print out, it will give me logical. So the interesting thing is R will assign integer number followed by L. So if I just print int 5L and type of check, it tell me integer, but R is sensitive. If you see, I assign int is small, but I'm asking to print out the capital int. So it says error, but if I type the actual one, integer, it's give me integer. So to know more about the types of function, you go by in the console putting type of, then it will give you the detailed documentation. As you can see, there is a type of base R with how you can to you how you're gonna to use this type of use the object X. X is any R object, then it will give you the data type. So the last session for today is data structure. So R has a data structure called vector, list, matrix, and data frame. So vector is a set of variables, so a set of values that has similar data type. So if you see vector has a number from 1 to 5, and vector later has a value A to E. So if I just print later, if I just print vector, it will save here as the number, and later is already here as a character. So if you just want to retrieve the vector by location, that we call it indexing. So just tell the location of, give me from the letter number 3, use this close bracket in retrieve, it will give you C. There is also list. List data structure is a combination of vectors, but it will allow you to use different data types. See, as you can see here, I have character and number. So if I just assign list, print list, it will give me variables with value. So as we can see, this $sign in R is the way you call the variable from your list. So if I just type list with $sign, it will give me the number of variable, the list of variables I have. And if I choose name, the result will be the value of name, which means Yalem. And if just you want to update this list, so I didn't capture weight, but I want to calculate body mass index. So you need to add a weight. So how are we gonna to weight? How are we gonna to add a weight as a list is we'll divide the we will write the list, then assign a $sign, give new name of variable called weight with the value 64. So if I just did that and print list, I can see weight is assigned as a variable with the value 64. So another data structure in R is matrix. As you know from your calculus knowledge, matrix is a combination of row and column. So if I click matrix and print, you can see row by column, which is number from 1 to 6, number of row 2 with number of column 3. As you can see in the column, so all the rows is with comma, which means we are assigning, where R is telling us this is a column 1, but all rows. This is column 2, but all rows. But if you go to on the column side, it R is telling us this is a column row 1, but all columns. So you need to understand the matrix data structure, how if you want to index. The last and most important thing is data frame, which is a structure of data using row as a value and column as a row. So I am telling R, give me a column by row, which means has a name as a column and a value element an, and the result has a column with a value pf and negative. So if I click this and ask to view that, you can see easily the malaria data here, YALM with pf and with negative. So it's good to explore how we will assign a variable and how we get a function to see the whole data. So view with the data frame name will give you the whole data set, or you can see here as malaria data. So if I just put malaria data here view, I can see the data frame I created. And if you see here, the difference between list and my data frame is in the environment, it tells us two objects by two variable, which means two row. And in the list, it is a list of 6, which is if you click, you can see the variable with their value. So in the data frame, I mean, you can just combine different columns or different variables in a column. We'll use cbind function to combine variables in column, and you will use rbind function to combine rows variables in a row. So if I just click age, gender, and education, which I create 3 variable, and I just tell R combine in column. I just combine in column. If I click this and run, I can see in the console they are combining in column. So, and if I combine in row and print out them, I can see they are combined in row. But how can I just call them as a data frame? It's simply, instead of cbind here, it's a data frame. Instead of cbind, I will use here data frame, data dot frame. So if I click here, I can see another data frame called soci in here. If I click this, I will get the number of rows. If you are watching this video, I'm just starting YouTube. Feel free to subscribe, share, and give like. Thank you so much.